And he defended those as something that came from the voters.
When members come to the stage of having to vote on this motion and the amendment, it isn't some concept in the mind of the individual who proposed it that they have to vote on. It's the words that are on the order paper. The words that are on the paper are about double jobbing. Therefore, we're not talking just about dual mandates. We're talking about those who do more than one job. That is the wording on the order paper, and therefore, presumably, to his right, he wants to put an art dealer out of work, an antique dealer. He wants to put a farmer beside him out of work. The rest of them, he's got a minister on his benches. He's got councillors on his benches. All of them, of course, according to this motion, will be out of work. And I look forward, when there's a winding up of the motion, that we do have the timetable for all of these people giving up their jobs. In an intervention, the member for Strangford, Mrs Robinson, indicated that there should be a recognition that the people who provided these dual mandates were the electorate themselves. Not blindly, not without knowledge. They knew precisely what they were doing. The member for Strangford, Mr McMahon, mightn't like what they did because they rejected him, but the reality is they knew precisely what they were doing. And they did, well, I hope they get the choice of voting for you or somebody else again, Mr McNary, because that's a certain way for us to keep our seat for somebody who is virtually unelectable in Westminster terms, unless everybody else stood aside for him. The bottom line, of course, is that in looking at double jobbing as a whole, if one was to find any form of double jobbing acceptable, it would be the dual mandate one. There is more of a coincidence of issues with those who are doing jobs relating to politics and representing the people, particularly if it's in the same constituency, than there is in selling antiques or milking cows or preaching to somebody at service or in doing other work. That's the reality. The greatest coincidence comes for those who are doing elected politics. Now, from a party point of view, and I want to make this very clear, I think it is hypocritical of any party to be suggesting that we bring dual mandates to an end when they were silent, totally silent, when it was their own leader, deputy leader and other members who were doing double jobs, and there wasn't a word from the member who proposed this motion while he was working for one of them while they carried out their second job. And he was quite happy to do that and hadn't any qualms whatsoever about David Trimble double jobbing. But when it happens to be another political party, that's a different matter altogether. And I think that just shows you the amount of principle involved in the proposal that comes before. It isn't about principle, it's about party politics. He hopes that somebody will stand down to make it easier for one of his colleagues to get a seat. That's what it's about. Let's not try and bluff anybody that there's some great principle on behalf of the electorate. It is pure party politics, and that's the hypocrisy of the Ulster Unionist Party.